Wake up with news and information from the Keys crew. Morning 6 till 9 on your news and information source for Williston and the Bakken. The new Keys AM 660.
Good afternoon. The Bakken is talking on a Monday, the 18th of November. I'm Dee James, and in the studio next to me is news director and producer Thomas Willenbring, and my friend. You know, you and I have both spent some time in the land of Lincoln.
Correct.
In fact, that is my home state. And we just heard on ABC News that Governor Pat Quinn has declared 7 counties disaster areas as a result of yesterday's tornadoes.
Yeah, such a sad situation. I know the city of Washington, which is near Peoria, if you're familiar with Illinois, that's central Illinois, basically was gutted for the most part. Just a sad situation. I know someone sent me a picture of a tornado near Coal City that also did some damage there as well, and it's that's sad. What also is sad is I was reading reports online of some people getting angry with Chicago TV stations for breaking in during the Bears game to let people know about these storms that are going on. And and I understand. I know people are very passionate about football. They're very passionate about sports. But some things are just more important.
Yeah. Come on, folks. When it comes to life and death.
Well, and if you're threatening the lives of meteorologists that are breaking in to give you severe severe weather updates, come on.
Right.
That's just ridiculous.
Right. Well, obviously my prayers and good thoughts are going out towards the folks in Illinois, and some even in Indiana, just basically Illinois and Indiana. I think some over in Kokomo, Indiana. I'm not sure where else in Indiana.
I know some areas in Indiana got hit, particularly the northern parts, I believe. Also, I know the place I came from in Michigan also didn't get hit with a tornado, but just got some really strong storms as that system just kept moving east.
Wow.
It was such a strong storm that did delay the Bears game that was being played at Soldier Field in Chicago for a good amount of time. It was almost an hour. I think it was delayed.
Well, I'm just thankful. I'm thankful that my part of Illinois, the deep southern part of Illinois, down around the Carbondale area, real close to Kentucky, was spared. However, I did get I'm still getting text alerts.
Yeah.
from Illinois. And so yesterday I just got out of church and was getting ready to leave and looked on my phone, and there were the text messages, severe thunderstorm. I think it was tornado warnings, actually, that I was receiving. So That's when I found out that the severe weather was just plowing through Illinois. So anyway, we are here today in North Dakota.
Yes.
And so let's get back to business here on the Bakken is Talking. And we've got 11 minutes past the hour. We want to invite you to join in this afternoon and be a part of the conversation. 774-0306 or 1-800-238-0306. Or, of course, as always, by Facebook, facebook.com/660KEYZ. And in the studio with me right now is my friend Lorraine Purcell. How you doing, my friend?
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I'm your friend.
So, we had how was your weekend? I had a good weekend. And so whenever I come in the morning, Cousin Earl is always asking me, how was your weekend? So how was your weekend, my friend?
My weekend, my friend, I'm picking up on your accent here, was eventful and full. And we actually had a little doggy funeral.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and we spent time cutting out pictures and making a collage and going down memory lane with my son and my daughter-in-law and my 3 grandkids. So, yeah.
Well, they become a part of our family, and it's really a sad day when we have to say goodbye.
Huge.
Yeah, I've been through that myself. I am a dog lover. In fact, the breed that I love is Shetland sheepdogs or Shelties. In fact, you'll know me if you see a red Jeep Liberty around Williston that says Sheltie 3 on the license plates, and I still have my Illinois license plates. I do have my North Dakota driver's license now. Woohoo! I'm finally, Thomas, do you have your North Dakota driver's license?
I have my North Dakota driver's license and my North Dakota license plates.
Okay, well, now I have to get the license plates for the Jeep. But, and my husband actually works at the Department of Transportation. He's been hounding me for like 3 months. Get your driver's license transferred over. So I finally got that done. But the reason why that it took me so long is because here in North Dakota, ladies have to have a marriage. They have to have documentation. I had to have my marriage certificate, which I had to order, and I had to have my birth certificate, which I had to order from Illinois, from 2 different counties. And when I got them, lo and behold, my birth certificate, my name was spelled wrong. Mm-hmm. It was, and here I am, 50-something, and didn't even know it.
Well,
I did not know that it was spelled wrong.
And just for the record, they did not misspell D. I think Illinois, they're smart enough to know how to spell D. It's just your actual name was misspelled
My
wrong.
legal name was spelled incorrect. Well, let's get down to business here, Lorraine. Okay, since you're in the studio.
Let's get down to business.
You are a marriage, family, and child counselor. You're a board-certified educational therapist and author. And I just want to ask you, you had some classes last week. You had a class last week, and the week before that, you had a class, these parent classes. How'd they go?
They went really well. The one on Friday, this last Friday at the library, was well attended. We had a really great time. And I just love interacting with parents and watching the light bulbs go off and inspiring them in any way possible and hearing from them, because I find parents are actually brilliant. We think on our feet so well, and I love to have other parents' ideas of what's worked for them in different situations.
Okay, so a little bit of helping one another.
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Absolutely.
All right. So anything coming up around the corner?
Yes,
in the future.
On Friday, December 6th at Williston Community Library, from 10 a.m. to 11 is a free workshop called "Giving Joy with Fewer Toys," with yours truly. And in this class, you will learn how you can diffuse the entitlement mentality in your kids and restore a generous and thankful spirit in your home.
I like that. I like the sound of that.
Yeah, it's really a powerful class.
Speaking of powerful, the word powerful. In your article from Friday's Herald, you said the first words in your article, a positive mental note, by Lorraine Purcell, of course, comes out in every Friday's Herald. You said there is a powerful tool I want to share with you. Now, I'm not going to reveal what it is, and I don't want you to yet, because I want our listeners to stay tuned. Okay,
great.
But Lorraine has a very powerful tool for those perplexing and painful situations that we find ourselves in, folks, and whether it be with family, with work, with school. We all have issues. We all have those painful and perplexing situations, and Lorraine Purcell is here in the studio with me today. She's got a powerful tool for that, and she's going to share that with us when we come back. But I want to give you those phone numbers again, 774-0306 or 1-800-238-0306. We've got Lorraine Purcell. She's a marriage, family, and child counselor. She's a board-certified educational therapist and author. Here's your chance to get some advice.
For free.
Right, for free when we come back. So get on the phone, 774-0306 or 1-800-238-0306. We'll take your calls when the Bakken is Talking returns.
60.
The Bakken is Talking. We're back. 774-0306 or 1-800-238-0306. And Lorraine Purcell is with me, of course, Mental Health Monday. And Lorraine, we were just talking before the break about a powerful tool that you want to share with the folks today. And it's a powerful tool, you say, for perplexing and painful situations. Now, a lot of times we get ourselves in those situations, whether it be a family situation, with our job, school, whatever it might be. We all get ourselves, we all have, well, maybe not get ourselves, maybe it's not our fault, but we find ourselves, there's the right choice of words, we find ourselves in those situations, and we have feelings of hurt anger, fear, and disappointment, as you say in your article. And you've titled Friday's article, "Bless This Mess." So just what do you mean by that? Bless this mess.
Well, Dee, when we come across something that's really challenging to us, and we want to respond in those lower nature ways that we talked about last week, that human common denominator that's not the prettiest, where it just kind of drives that knee-jerk response out of us because we're so angry or so upset or so disappointed. All we can do is bless the situation, because that's the only way we can have any control over it. And by the way, this is the tool of the week. And I think what I'm going to be doing with Dee on Mondays is giving you one tool for the week that you can practice. So it's not overwhelm. It's just one thing you can practice and gain some mastery and some control in your life. But if we bless the situation, that is the only way we can get control, because we've released it. We're not holding on to it and white-knuckling it. We're not guilting people. We're not going into those lower nature behaviors that we feel so bad about ourselves afterwards. I wish we hadn't said that. Wish we hadn't done that. Wish we hadn't, yelled at the guy in front of us on the road,
Right.
even if they didn't hear us. We're left with that burn, like that hot coal within us. And that's what just begins to ruminate. And my theory is that's what creates that disease. Any kind of dis-ease in our body comes from those inharmonious situations within us.
Like an actual physical disease?
I believe so. That is my personal belief. We build enough of those up, we start having such disharmony with the rhythm of our body that things start hitting each other and they start going amiss and they start creating cells that we didn't want. When that's where cancer develops. It's the cell that's in there, but all of a sudden it gets mutant. It starts going crazy. I mean, who knows? But I know that in my career, one of my biggest thrusts is getting people to defuse emotionally so that they can release and actually let their heart have some relaxation, let their body have some relaxation, let some calm come to their cells, let their organs actually relax. And it all stems from, I don't believe heredity, I don't believe things that were done to us. I believe by our inner reactions to things. So when we bless it, when we bless the situation, we are essentially releasing it to God, the universe, your higher power, whatever it is that you believe in, and it's off you. But then when you feel that charge coming in, you might have to repeat it over and over and over and over again. This becomes your work to release it, And then the second part, that's part A of the tool. Part B.
Part one. There's the first tool right there.
There's the first tool.
Okay, there's two parts to this.
There's two parts to this tool.
So just like bless it and release it. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like bless this traffic jam. Even bless the driver in front of me that made the stupid left turn or whatever. Because when we do that, we take all that judgment off of ourselves, and that judgment is the blackness that just starts to overtake us. And it says in the Bible, judge not that you be not judged. All that stuff comes right back onto you, right back onto me when I go into those lower nature behaviors.
Mm-hmm. Lower nature. I like the way you put that. Our lower nature, not our higher nature. That reminds me of the movie about the Civil War, the Gettysburg. Angels of something. There was something in there about a higher nature and angels that I remember from that movie. But anyway, that's the first part is blessing it. Okay, not giving into our lower nature.
Yes.
All right.
And the second part, D, is to ask God, universe, your higher self, whatever your religion is, whatever your personal religion is, ask that, higher entity, what is my lesson in this? Because we are here to learn not here to learn our lessons, but we are in the earth school. Mm-hmm. We are in the earth school.
I like that. We are in a school, aren't we?
Yes, we are. And so when we ask what our lessons, as soon as I ask that question, this quiet knowing just kind of blossoms within my heart, and I know exactly what it is, and it's something really small. Maybe it's, you can just breathe and let go. Or it's, just trust or have faith or some kind of little thing like this. It's just a gem. It's universal truth. It's just what is in the Bible. It's what is been known through all the eons of time. And it's this quiet little voice, quiet little knowing, actually. So that's the second part, is ask, what's my lesson?
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with Lorraine Purcell. If you'd like to ask her a question, maybe you've got a mess. Maybe you're in a mess right now. You need to ask her some advice. 774-0306 or 1-800-238-0306. Thomas is standing by to take your calls. The Bakken is Talking comes back after this.
AM 660.
The Bakken is Talking. We're back, and we're going to go to the phone lines right now. We have Jackie Keck is hanging on the line. So good afternoon, Jackie.
Good afternoon to you, my friends, I guess. It's fun getting acquainted with both of you. You're relatively both newcomers to Williston and a positive aspect of our life here.
Thank you, Jackie. What's on your mind today?
Well, I wanted to let people know about an event that's coming up this coming Saturday. It's Survivors of Suicide Day of Remembrance. One of the things that Lorraine was talking about was blessing situations, and it's really hard to bless a situation when someone takes their own life. We just lost another person to suicide this past week, and so this is an annual event, and it's going to be held at noon at the Faith United Methodist Church Fellowship Hall. Faith United Methodist Church is located at 219 East Avenue West, kind of across, if you use the door, across from the parking lot of American State Bank. And at this time, it's a time to grieve and heal and honor a person that you may have lost. There will be a meal, and then there's an internationally provided DVD that has a panel of other survivors and mental health professionals, and they talk openly and honestly about healing and addressing questions like, why did this happen, and where can I find support, and what do I tell my children, and how can I honor my loved ones? So this is an event that's in conjunction with the Out of the Darkness Walk that was held in Williston on September 15th, and where we're really grateful for having earned $25,000 so that we can use that money for local assistance and programs here in Williston. So we invite people to, if this applies to them, to come and join us at noon on this coming Saturday.
Okay, thank you, Jackie, for calling in with that good information and reminder. Do you have a question or a comment today for Lorraine Purcell while you're on the phone?
Well, I just was grateful for her ideas of gratitude, blessing it and releasing it. Sometimes when I'm in have a red light, I use it as an opportunity to just kind of, like she said, stay centered and quiet. And so I appreciate the lessons that she's giving us through her Friday columns and this talk show, and thank you for hosting it. If people do have questions about the Suicide Day of Remembrance, they can call Kevin Beard at 701-580-7030. And I thank you for letting us share this information with you today on the radio.
Thank you, Jackie.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye, Jackie. Thank you for the call. 774-0306 or 1-800-238-0306. Lorraine?
Yeah, I wanted to add one more piece to this Bless This Mess thing. And Jackie, thank you so much for calling in and contributing. And that is to name your blessings every day. You know, when I first got to Williston, I was really struggling financially because my practice had not been established yet, and I was really down. And my personal coach, his name is Ken Foster, he's in Southern California and Hawaii, where I'm from. He said, you know, you're going to write to me every day all of your blessings. And so just from doing that, blessings started appearing. And I just gave that to a client in California on Saturday when I talked to her. Her life was going in this downward spiral. And I said, girl, every day I'm looking for a text from you about all the things that are blessings in your life. And I got one from her for Sunday. I'm looking for it for Monday. But it will start to elevate your spirits and raise your vibration. It's a magical thing.
Actually, I'm seeing that a lot on Facebook nowadays during the month of November, kind of seeing different friends posting every day something that they're at least one thing they're thankful for during this kind of month of Thanksgiving. But sometimes it's hard to do that, and especially when you don't feel like it, you don't feel thankful, but to do that anyway.
It's the action and it's the thought, and when you start to do the action, you start to think differently, and when you think differently, different things start to appear around you because thoughts do become things. Now,
we were talking earlier about you have powerful tools for perplexing and painful situations. You said that today our tool, this week's tool, right? What are they again, or what is it again? This week's tool.
I bless this situation and I release it to you, God or Spirit or higher power or whatever it is that you look up to. I say even your dead mother, if that's who you look up to, if you talk to her. I bless the situation and I release it. I bless the situation. Then it no longer has control over you because you just put a positive spin on it and let go of it because there's nothing you can do about it anyway. And then step 2 is, what was step 2?
I was going to say there's 2 parts to this.
Yeah.
First we say, we just bless it, and then asking, as you say, God or whoever you look to, asking the question, what's my lesson here?
Yeah, what is my lesson?
Because, and you say in your article, bless this mess, these 2 parts will save you and I, my dear friend. 2 parts. So remember, first part is the bless it. Second part is to ask yourself, what am I supposed to learn out of this? Because, life... Now, my philosophy is that life is just an ongoing education for us. Whether you're actually physically going back to school, taking online classes, or whatever, it's a lifelong education, and we can always learn something from those situations.
And I mentioned in the article, too, that there's a reggae band called Rebelution, that has a song that I absolutely adore, that I don't know the name of it, but the refrain is, you're why you're suffering. You're why you're suffering. You're why you're suffering. And it's always us. It's our expectations. It's our demands that we have on life. And when it doesn't meet up to it, we are the cause of our suffering. Mm-hmm. Our expectations, if we can let go of those expectations.
Why do we hold on? Why do we hold on to those feelings of hurt, anger, fear, disappointment, and make it, and make it that we are why we're suffering? Why do we do that, Lorraine?
Well, I think it is because of fear. We want to hold on to it because we don't want it to happen to us again. We want to catalog and categorize and, so we can just flip to it. Oh, this looks like that situation again. I'm not going to get burned again. So that's why it's so good to bless and release, because when we're like that, we get the lines around our mouth. We start to get all pinched in our face. Our bodies start to contract. And what we really want to do is expand, and I just invite everybody right now to just sit up straight, pull back your shoulders and open up your chest. Just, feel that expansion. And there's another fabulous tool I'm going to give you, an extra bonus tool today. And that is when you picture yourself and all your rushing around and doing this and doing that, blah, 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 you can actually picture yourself going in a clockwise motion. Everything in a clockwise motion gets tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. And if you can just stop and just even imagine yourself going the other direction. And I actually take my hand and I actually do this rotation in a counterclockwise because it just because it's such an instinct to keep going tighter and tighter. But if we unwind
in the counterclockwise,
you will begin to feel release all over your body. Just now doing this right now,
I feel I'm more relaxed already just sitting here watching and listening to you. And I've never seen Thomas sit up so straight before.
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is amazing.
We're going to take a break, but this is fun. We're going to take a break, and we've got one more segment with Lorraine Purcell this afternoon. And here's your chance. If you need some free advice, 774-0306 or 1-800-238-0306. You do not have to give your name. You can be an anonymous caller. You can even give Thomas your question if you would prefer. You do not have to go on the radio, but just call 774-0306 or 1-800-238-0306. Lorraine Purcell, when we come back on The Bakken is Talking.
60.
The Bakken is Talking. We are back 50 minutes past the hour. Lorraine Purcell in the studio with me.
And I just want to let you know, Lorraine, that we had a caller call in during our break, and she didn't want to go on the air, but she wanted to thank you for being on the radio today, and she has said she enjoys listening to your advice.
I have the biggest grin on my face right now. Bless you, dear listener. I do this because I just want to give, and I thank you so much for that comment. And I wanted to mention, if anyone would like to call me off the air, I'm going to give you my private line. That is area code 808 from Hawaii, 936-4370. 808-936-4370. And if you would ever like to get engaged with my weekly email offerings that are uplifting and encouraging, the first one is called the Parent Mission. And it's a little tidbit for a parent, one thing to do this week to keep your sanity and help your family just be amazing. And the second one is called In Harmony, which is actually my Friday column in the Herald, but it's in your inbox. And you can go to yourkidslovinglife.com. I'm going to spell that YOURKIDSLOVING life, LIFE.com. Go there and sign up, and you will have me in your hip pocket all week long. And I would just love to talk with you and know that that we're together.
And also a special thing we want to announce, Lorraine, next Monday will be our last time together before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And do you want to say a few things about that?
Yeah, Dee and I are going to do a special show next week in honor of all the men who are here by themselves, the women who are here by themselves, everyone who's in the Bakken here trying to, pay off their bills and make it right financially by working so hard. We're going to do a special show for you on Monday in your honor, to just give to you, because we know that Thanksgiving can be the loneliest time of the year. We're so sorry about that and sorry that you're here, but we're here for you. Dee and I and Thomas are here for you next Monday. We invite you to call in, and like the other listener said, you can just have Thomas ask your question. So we don't have to hear your voice. Nobody will know who it is, but we're really here for you. We're just pulling for you. We're supporting you. We just send you our love.
So we do invite you to please tune in next Monday, again, for Mental Health Monday with Lorraine Purcell. And Lorraine, thank you so much for joining Thomas and I this afternoon on The Bakken is Talking.
My pleasure.
Any final thoughts or comments? Don't forget, folks, to bless your mess. That's step one. And step number two, ask yourself, or ask God or whatever, what is my lesson, right?
Yeah,
is that it?
What am I supposed to learn from this?
All right.
And smile. Smile at the drivers. Wave at the drivers.
And take some
Give
time.
people a smile.
Take some time to expand your chest as well.
Yes.
Yes, sit up straight. I love that. Will you do that when you come back someday? Do that again about that clockwise and then unwinding thing.
Yes.
Because I just felt my blood pressure, it must have went down to 0 while I was watching and listening to you.
That's what I'm talking about. It's all about that. Yes.
That was great. All right. Thank you so much. Those of you listening by radio, thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon to The Bakken is Talking. I appreciate you. Thomas and I, and Lorraine, we love our listeners. We love our Facebook friends. And always remember, you can join in the conversation with us via Facebook, facebook.com/660KEYZ. Now, I want to take just a second here to plug some of the guests we've got coming up for the rest of this week. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we've got Detective Corey Collins from the Williston Police Department, Matt Grimshaw, CEO and president of Mercy Medical Center. We've also got Jolene Klein tomorrow. She is the executive director of North Dakota Housing and Finance Agency. Wow, 3 guests tomorrow in the program. And then Wednesday, we will have a School Superintendent Viola LaFountain and Representative Gary Sukett will be joining us. That's just, and there's more, folks, on the way for the week. So come back and join us tomorrow on The Bakken is Talking.
Hi there, this is Tim Larson with Sydney.